Alright, hey guys. As you can see by the title, we'll be getting through a decent chunk of chapters, so make sure you got a snack because we're going to be here for a decent amount of time. I expect this video to be close to 10 minutes or longer with how much I got to cover. But yeah, we're covering Jagaaaaaan, chapter 88 to 102 today. So, we start off where we left off with Mikazuchi saving Jagaaaaaan, and we find out that Mikazuchi had to basically kill his son because his son fractured, and that's very similar to the same thing that happened to Jagaaaaaan. And I'm guessing Mikazuchi's wish is to bring his son back if he wins this whole contest thing. But after that, Yumama and Nakadai also arrive, and they heal them from, they heal Jagaaaaaan. And then we also meet the leader of Deaderland named Nomen. And I do actually like Nomen's design. It's very simple, but very creepy at the same time. And I'll be speaking about him later, probably at the end of the video. But Nomen basically invites all of the people that got 10,000 points or higher to the Deaderland Castle and gives them frenzied froglets. And at this point, I would be guessing, how does he even get those? But we see later in the chapter. And I could definitely see this getting crazy with him just producing froglets like this. Alright. Alright. And and I also have to say that Nomen's speech, I can't lie, because I would probably have also taken the froglets in that situation. But we get to see Doku again, and we get to see Mikazuchi's bird, named, we'll just call him BB, as his nickname. Now, we go back to Jagaaaaaan, and they plan on basically getting enough points to get to the Deaderland Castle, and killing the other leaders of the areas. And Jagaaaaaan goes after Chongiro, or Chongiro. I'll just call him Chongiro. And he's basically what he looks like is a giant furry, bunny costume with a scythe. And we find out as the fight goes on that his desire was basically to become a cartoon character. And I really do actually like the fight itself, with how he can change forms, and like his muscle form, and then his, as you'd call it, fauna form, his slim form, where he's able to use the stadium to bounce all across the area. And we also, during this whole scene, we see Jagaaaaaan has a new ability to basically see out of some of his bullets that he can fire into the wall, which is another interesting, definitely interesting thing. But he was pretty outmatched in this fight, because throughout the whole thing he wasn't able to beat him on his own, and Nakadai actually had to step in and tackle Chongiro for Jagaaaaaan to finally get a hit on him. But after this, he automatically gets 10,000 points. And then we can switch over to Mikazuchi's fight against Imanashi, I think is how you pronounce it. And Imanashi's ability is a weird kind of vocal ability where he basically kills you slowly as you listen to his voice. And it was definitely an interesting ability. And it seems like his desire was to basically the same desire as Nomen's, to basically see Deaderland grow and basically have a whole world of fractured humans. So he wasn't too interesting character-wise. His ability was a little interesting, but not that much. And it was pretty easily defeated by Mikazuchi basically hardening his whole body to the highest extent so sound waves couldn't penetrate him anymore. And then he easily kills Imanashi. Then they finally enter the Deaderland Castle, and they meet Nomen. And he basically explains the whole plan of, making basically everyone become fractured humans and giving into their desires to make them basically as happy as possible. And Noman's character I'm definitely interested in and would like to see more of, which I hope we do. We get to either see a backstory or he explains something about himself, because I really am interested in him as a character, because he seems to just want to make people happy and make people give in to their desires and well, yeah, like I said, just be happy. And then he explains how he's making all these frenzied frogs, and you see in a container a giant, it seems like weird, mutated frenzied frog in the back that's birthing out froglets. And the way it's doing that is feeding off all of the desires that are stored up in the watches, I guess, or just in the area as in a whole in Deaderland. And it's just using energy to keep producing these, I guess. I don't know if you call them fake froglets. But yeah, I like this plan and how everything's going so far. And we also see that Noman is not hurt by Jagaaan's ability, because when he shoots him, we see it seems like a whole bunch of, I guess, faces or people come out of Noman and they explode, but he himself is still fine. So Noman is a mystery box that I'm hoping gets paid off well. But quickly, Jagaaaaaan and Mikazuchi split up to fight each other's opponents, with Jagaaaaaan going to fight Pino. And during this fight, we also see that Yadori is here, and just to finish off his whole story, at least for now, he kind of explains what happened to Mio, and they get closer, and it seems like Yadori is liking Mio a lot, and I can imagine him absorbing her and becoming her if this keeps going on. But Tendo quickly intervenes and blackmails Yadori over, what happened to him having sex with, I can't remember his name right now. And when he tries to do that, they are interrupted by Jagaaan's and Pino's fight, and Tendo dies. And we also see Yadori see Jagaaaan and seems very, I'll say, infatuated with him. Oops, sorry about that. And I can see Yadori eventually being very infatuated with Jagaaaan and being obsessed with him. But that's all we get for the rest of this arc about Yadori. But let's get back to Pino and everybody else. Actually, let's go back to Mikazuchi's fight. While he's fighting him, he's not able to really do anything to Noman. And Noman explains to him his ability is basically to copy somebody's data from somebody else's frenzied froglet memory. So he's basically able to create a weird clone of Mikazuchi's son, and he basically gives an ultimatum. You can live with your son, and you can get your wish if you help us and join us. And we cut away from that. But I can see a weird problem with Noman's ability is there are things that you as a person don't know about somebody else, even if it's your kid. They'll be an exact copy of what you remember, and they'll be basically the ideal version of themselves that you saw, but they still won't be themselves. They're not an actual person. They're a clone of what you remember them as. So I can see something going on with that with Mikazuchi in the future if he decides to join him. Spoiler, he does. But let's keep going to Jagaaan's and Mikazuchi's fight, where he tells Jagaaaaaan that he has to make a choice between killing Belle or killing basically thousands of people in the park. Or the third choice is Noman's ability being able to bring back his girlfriend, and Jagaaaaaan gets to live his ideal life with Bell and his girlfriend. And of course, Jagaaaaaan was actually going to kill everybody. Kill those thousands of people in the park. But Bell stops him. And it's very good for character development on Jagaaaan's part, because he basically decides that he's going to sacrifice himself and at least try to kill Pino. And he eventually we see another really good panel of him in his new dragon form, and tackles Pino into a giant like a makeshift train, and it explodes, and Pino's actually starting to die because of all the fire and heat. And as Jagaaaaan's getting ready to kill him, Migazuchi interrupts him and stabs him in the back, both literally and figuratively. And oh gosh, I do like this turn of events, and story-wise, I'm very interested in what's going to happen next. But Migazuchi was actually going to kill Jagaaaaaan until Yumama and Nakadai came in with the truck and got him out of there. And we go back, and while they're back at the police station healing Jagaaaaaan and everything, we find out that Nomen goes on TV and pins everything on Jagaaaaaan. All the deaths, all the destruction, everything. And that's a smart choice on his part. And while he's doing this, he also announces that, he announces his whole plan to the world, basically. That come to Deaderland if you want to become a fractured human, or a half-fractured human, and give in to your desires, and basically become the ideal you. Which, I really do like how this is going, and am interested to see what's going to happen far away from this. But after this, we see Jagaaaaaan escape from the police station before even, I think, the police chief or one of the leaders of the police come to question him. And he breaks up with Bell. Which, I kind of saw this eventually coming, in story-wise. I didn't think it was actually going to be this soon. But he's basically breaking up with her to protect her. And so nothing will happen to her. Because after what happened in Deaderland, he saw what could happen to her. And he doesn't want to lose her. So it makes sense. And I hope we still, of course, do get some stuff from Bell and the other, like Yumama and Nakadai eventually in the future. But that basically ends off the... that actually ends off the arc, and the rest of this is just going to be me kind of talking about the arc and some theories that I have. And let's see here. I have my little book here. Let's see. Alright, now the boss, I kind of guessed this from the start of Deaderland, is probably Chiharu. From what all the wood symbolism and things like that, and Chiharu's ideology and how it lines up with Deaderland, this all makes sense that Chiharu's probably behind all of this. So, I will not be surprised when they reveal it. Or if they reveal it. Because you never know. Because Nomen does say that he himself is not the boss. He's just the manager. And, what else? But, I could see many problems with, Nomen's plan. Because he says everyone would be like the bosses of their own life. They'll give in to their desires, but that also means what the heck is going to happen with like people that wanted to have to do menial jobs like fast food and things like that? How is that going to work exactly? I don't know how it's going to work. And that's one of the main problems of his plan. Because if it's going to just fall into anarchy with everything going on. It's just going to be bloodshed, and a whole bunch of shit is going to go down if his plan comes into full fruition. But I think that's about it. Next chunk is going to be finally catching up to the chapters. And I'd love to know... I'd love to know your guys' comments, what you guys think down below. So make sure you comment down below. Like, like the video or dislike the video, whichever one you choose. And yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys in the comments down below. I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.